So I never want to be blame the referee guy. As an ex-player, as an ex-coach, I've always been on the mindset of you should execute your scheme. You should keep the referees out of it. You wouldn't have nothing to worry about. But damn, these hoes is bothering me. Listen, man, I got a handful of plays I want to show y'all today. I'm going to mix up offense and defense. I got a little busy this week, but you are going to get your film. If you want to see the long version of this, this is the highlight. But if you want to see the long version, go to patreon.com/vochlombardi. I broke down the entire film, offense and defense. That link will be in the description for you. I want to show you, just a handful of plays here, and we'll just cross that road whenever we get there. And if you want to keep score in the comment section and the chat box, then hey, man, feel free. Feel free. Now, with that being said, I'm going to run this play while I continue to complain. I either want you to call nonsense on both sides, or I want you to, let us play and just let us get away with the little tic-tac calls. I really think tic-tac calls are killing the National Football League, right? So we take a look at Tyron Smith on this play. We know Tyron Smith. We've seen all of his movies. Tyron Smith tends to put hands on people because he's so good. Chandler gave him some problems this game, but Tyron Smith tends to put hands on people and they just explode like this, right? But we shouldn't live in a world to where if you flail your arms, that's considered a holding call, because this is actually legal. I played offensive line. I used to choke people all the time. As long as you're not changing the direction of the player, this ain't holding. I would actually encourage Tyron Smith to, punch Chandler in the kidney a little bit. That's kind of what we were taught. But that was a holding call versus Tyron Smith, and this put the Cowboys in a strange little 3rd and long. If we take a look at Micah Parsons on the left side of the screen, we're going to engage, and boom. This very common offensive line technique when somebody's running past you, I'm going to choke with my outside arm. I'm going to put my hand on your back or your kidney and run you around. Totally legal technique. It happens all the time. But hold on. So now we got DeMarcus Lawrence on the left side of your screen, okay? Pretty much the same technique until we start to impede your progress, correct? Now, up to this point, let's go boom, 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 boom. This is legal. But until we get to this point to where you're grabbing DeMarcus Lawrence on the shoulder pad, that is considered a hold. We are within the 10-yard line. That should be a safety, ladies and gentlemen. But they didn't call it there. Now, if they didn't call us for our holding and they didn't call D-Law for this one, I might not have been tripping. Even on this play, we have DeMarcus Lawrence versus our right tackle. I ain't just trying to highlight the right tackle all day, every day. This technique that's done by the right tackle, his hands are inside, is legal until here. Until the hands are inside, D-Law is trying to disengage and you pull him back into you with that right hand. That is holding. Now, is that kind of tic-tac, Voch? That's pretty tic-tac, and I wouldn't call it, but if you're going to call our side, call their side too. It's the inconsistencies that's bothering me a little bit. Hey man, when in doubt, go find a Micah Parsons play, man. He's lined up right here. He's going to be dealing with Chase Edmonds on this play. Chase is going to get wide in the passing pattern and Micah's just going to read it. He's going to read it nicely. I even like the idea that, and this may not even be a thing, but it's just what I'm going to say. If Micah, screams down on this, then Kyler Murray doesn't make that throw. Kyler Murray doesn't feel safe with making that throw with Micah Parsons hovering over him. But, and this, this may not be a real thing, but it seems like Micah was a little patient here. The ball gets there, then we get that burst. You see what I'm saying? We're just going to patient. We see Kyler plant his feet, flip his hips, pass goes there. Now you see Micah turn those jets on, and you dead as fried chicken once you turn those jets on. Then look, Micah gonna get up and talk to him a little bit. You love to see it. Let's watch from the cartel view before we get back into the nonsense that we're calling the NFL officiating. All right, chat, we're gonna run this play, then we're gonna rewind it and talk about it. Let's see what happens here. Cool, pretty good run by Tony here. Pretty good run by Tony. I believe this was another 3rd down situation, and we have this little rat coming in at the bottom of the screen right here. This little yellow rat coming in, just scurrying onto the screen. Dak sees and he looks behind, like, yo, what the hell happened? Well, this was holding on Lael Collins. So everybody, let's look at Lael Collins and let's determine, was this holding? Let's go watch another Micah Parsons play to make me feel better. So there were people asking about our sacks or whatever, right? I think for the most part, the Arizona Cardinals did a pretty decent job of getting rid of the ball quickly. If they made plays, like they had their few big plays here and there, but it was a bunch of getting rid of the ball quick, and it was hoping for some yak because we did get pressure. We didn't get sacks, but we did make Kyler uncomfortable. And when it's time for the rematch in 2 weeks or so, if we end up playing against the Cardinals in the playoffs, I think that's going to be very important. Take a look at Micah Parsons versus the Edge right here. He didn't get a sack, but damn it, this is just as important. This is basic terrorism right here, right? And you see Kyler Murray has his eyes up, but let's just keep a look at Kyler Murray's eyes. They're up, 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 up. Well, I got a little bit of pixelation, my bad. Up, 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 up. And then he's going to look at Micah Parsons. You see him just stop to look at Micah Parsons before he gets his eyes back up and he gets rid of the football here. That's just as good as a sack. Of course, we want that loss of downs. We want that loss of yards. But if we have Kyler Murray uncomfortable, if we're having him to opt to throw the football away than to run away, because Micah Parsons is screaming down on you, then that's a big W for us. In terms of how did they choose to block Micah Parsons, I think they were trying to read him here. No, okay, cool. Maybe they just thought the ball was going to be gone enough to where they just wanted to make the running back a distraction. But what? Hey, come on, sir. Come on, sir. What are you doing? Yo, listen. We might as well call this play. Hey, who is this? Ward 29. Look, just whatever you do, just don't touch Micah Parsons. If that's the case, he did his job. Get off of me, sir. And that's what happens. So this is a holding call on Dalton Schultz. Here he is here. And let's take a look at him. Let's see if this is something that you would warrant this big play being called back here. I mean, is this, getting too involved as an NFL official? This Dalton Schultz play right here, is this considered? I don't know, man. And a little more discomfort from Kyler Murray, and I think this is something that we're going to take into the next game when we run into him. You don't necessarily have to spy him. I just think you have to contain him and let people be faster than him. I think the very last play of the game that sealed it was Kyler Murray running to the outside, and Randy, didn't really have the edge on him. Kyler's able to outrun Randy Gregory. Randy's not the athlete to keep Kyler in check. If somebody's gonna keep Kyler in check, there's gonna be a guy like Boss Man, a guy like Jay Ron, a guy like Micah Parsons. So if you take a look at this play, let's just take this play and run it. We got Micah Parsons here. He's going to flush Kyler Murray a little bit, he has, but we got D-Law out here keeping the contain. I like this a little bit better. Instead of quarterback spy sitting back and waiting for Kyler to dictate the move, because Kyler doesn't have to run. He's still a gangster throwing the football. I like this move better, to where we bring the pressure to him, but we take advantage of, his predictability in terms of, him getting rid of the football. And even if you look at it, like Kyler little bitty ass is fast, but let's get to boom, 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 boom. Kyler has about a couple yard head start here, about 3 or 4 yards of a head start here. Look at the closing speed that Micah puts on him from here to about right there. If Kyler's looking to get the ball downfield, he's going to be naturally slower than he would be trying to run upfield. So I think we're going to use this to our advantage next time. I can only speculate. I'm just a YouTube dude. I'm not a coach, but that'll be I think that'll be to our advantage if we were to do that next time. How about this, chat? Let's take a look at Connor Williams. This is a holding call that's called on him. Buddy threw that flag, but he threw it right at Connor Williams too. But is this a hold on Connor Williams, y'all? Y'all let me know, man. Is it yes, no, or ticky tacky? I think that's the that might be the grading scale that we use. Is it yes holding, no holding, or is it just ticky tacky and shit? It's just, come on, man. Is he impeding Jordan Hicks' change of direction here, man? Like, even if Jordan Hicks changes direction here, Connor's changing direction with him, and it turns into a. So this play here was dope because, well, first of all, it kind of gives you shade of Jalen Smith when he made that one play versus Saints or whatever, that one run to the sideline. But boy, we ain't talking about that dude. We're talking about Micah Parsons right here, and Micah just makes a super athletic play. I think what makes this play different than the first Micah Parsons, Chase Edmonds as a running back number 2, Micah Parsons and Edmonds exchange is in that first one. Micah was patient, and the play wasn't designed to go to Edmonds. Edmonds was the check down guy. So they were both even in terms of leverage, right? What makes this play so different is Chase Edmonds gets to the line of scrimmage in a hurry, and I think he's the primary read. He gets to the line of scrimmage and he runs his out route quick, fast, in a hurry. And Kyler Murray is actually going to get the ball to him quickly. See how much faster he is on this? Boom, boom, boom. And that should be a touchdown. Let's go back, man. This should be, at this point, if this was Keanu Neal, if this was Leighton Vander Esch, if this was Luke Gifford, if this was Jalen Smith, if this was that win, that is a touchdown. But it's 11. So it ain't. I just had one last play I wanted to show y'all. People think that I don't like to get critical of Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott. Y'all should watch my Patreon. I'll definitely give Kellen and Dak some criticism. So for my pessimistic people, because I know we got people that's upset and they want to hear some bad news, let me give y'all just one play that I didn't appreciate from Kellen Moore here. It was this bubble screen here, right? It was very lazy, lackadaisical. It could have been so much better in two ways, right? This play didn't work for two reasons. One, it was just CD kind of turning around waiting to get the football, and two, the placement and how far we had to throw the ball. Now, this is where I go back to hating on Cowboy fans, right? Because when they see this, they go, oh my God, why are we running screens? I hate running screens. But you love Yak Lamb. The best way to get CD Lamb in space is to run screens. So you can't hate screens. You just didn't like how we ran this one. And I agree with you. This is Kellen Moore's fault right here in particular. What can we have done to make this different? Instead of, well, first of all, it's pretty predictable because that's Jeremy Sprinkle, that's Sean McKeon, and that is Connor McGovern. So that looks predictable. You can switch that out, make those dudes running backs, and just move on with your life to be a little more inconspicuous. But we see CeeDee Lamb just kind of turning around and waiting for the football. That's one big problem. That's a little lazy. If you want a better result, I would want for CeeDee Lamb to kind of make this a tunnel, more of a tunnel screen to come closer to Dak Prescott so that the ball can get there quicker. Also, another big problem I have with this play, look at where we're throwing to CeeDee Lamb. He's at the numbers. And look at where Dak Prescott is. He's on the left hashes. If you want this thing to work, you would want those two dudes to be as close as possible because you want to get the ball in CeeDee's hands as fast as possible. So this would have worked if the trip side was down bottom and Dak was on the left hash, the down bottom hash, and we can get the ball to CD quickly, and then we can go from there. But that's a lot of ball travel in the air from being on the left hash. So that gives guys like Budda Baker and the rest of the crew of this defense in Arizona time to react to that pass and, potentially get an interception or a pass deflection. But if y'all want to hate on Kellen Moore for that, then hey man, so be it. Fine, good to go, do your thing. But for the most part, man, I don't think Kellen Moore called a brilliant game, and I don't think Dak played elite quarterback, but I think Kellen Moore did good enough. I think Dak did good enough. The big problem is we can't have drive killers. If you go back and watch the game, we're driving the football. We moving the football. Like, it got weird towards the end. We had a couple 3-and-outs here or there, but for the most part, we were going to get points on those first 4 drives, whether it be touchdowns or field goal. We were in position to get points. Just that 3rd and longs are a bitch, and we run into these situations where we'll make a big play. We'll have a big Dak Prescott run, but it gets called back for a penalty or something like that. Or we'll have some big run by Zeke or a big conversion downfield that gets called back because of a holding penalty that I think is either not holding or a pretty knick-knack. But I don't know, man. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I'm doing a damn good job of it. I don't know, man. I hope this thing gets a little better moving forward. I hope we whatever ref crew that we had in the second Washington game, I want them carried because they didn't call us for shit. They just let us play. And if you're gonna let us play, bro, let us play. That is what that is. I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer, man. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like and sub, and I'll catch y'all next time, man. Peace.